Well, hello, my gig workers, mostly Instacart. I'm so glad you're here. Do you have your cuppa? It's just, it's like, I'm so glad that you're here because as a community, we can support each other with the SMH shaking our heads about like how low can Instacart go in insulting us. Seems pretty far. Anyway, that was Lavazza Italiano. It's delicious. And I am fueled for the morning with my espresso strength coffee. So thank you, all of you that are here and you contribute to comments and what happens in your day. You have no idea how all of this just helps us because who are we reaching out to, right? We can't reach out to Instacart and say, come on, you silly dodo poopy heads. Give us what you used to give us and let us make a living, right? I mean, it's so insulting that it's like if emotions could be transmitted versus via the text to these outside of the country people, they don't know, they're struggling to make a living too, and it probably is a great job by the standards of their country, but it's crazy for us. I mean, I keep hearing these stories and reading what you're writing, and the ones, the emails that I get, that are personal one-on-one, and then the stories that I get here and the other YouTubers that I watch. And they just can't insult us enough. And the sad part is that, even though those silly little batches just languish there for a while, somebody comes along and takes them because they go, you know, okay, it's, $10 to $12. It's like a $3 tip on top of the batch order, and it's like 70 items, and it's like I've got to do something. I'm going crazy here, and my blood pressure is just skyrocketing, waiting for something to happen. What I'm waiting for is corner shop. Thank you very much. So, you know, it it can't get any lower, can it? Can it? That's a scary thought. So what used to be a way to make great money, I mean, I was making great money with all the gig work, you know, paying down my car payments and just staying on top of things and tucking money away for taxes and doing all of that. And like now it's like, one Instacart batch maybe for $20. And it's like, well, what am I going to do with that? Right? Oh, yeah, that and $3 will put the gas in my car to keep doing it. It's just crazy. So, yes, I am full time at the store, being an in store shopper. Now, yesterday, as I record this, was the full harvest moon. And my God, crabby abbeys, come on out and complain and be awful. It, it just, the human factor. How do humans treat each other the same way? It's like, haven't we gone through a humiliating learning process where we're lucky to be alive, we're lucky to be out there? Those of us that, stayed healthy through it or had it and got over it and have immunity. I mean, those of us that just have been frontline workers in the gig economy, haven't we like learned a lot, suffered a lot, gained a lot of wisdom from what we did? And along come these, I won't even call them by what we call them, but they're just snarky, gnarly people. And they have no sympathy, they have no compassion. They have, they just, life has never knocked them. And, you know, I've always been glad that I came from, the world of addiction and abuse and all those kind of things that happen to people when they're young, because I was fortunate. I found myself in groups and therapy and things like that to work through a lot of this stuff. And so, when confronted with these people, somebody wrote to me that she had a woman that was just so nasty to her. She just left the batch right there in the cart and canceled the order and walked out. Well, I don't think I could do that. I'd put the items back just because of who I am. And I know from working in the grocery store that, you know, that deed would fall to somebody that's definitely an innocent third party, right? So I would put the things back. But get out of that, I'll use my cancellation rate for that. And I'm doing so few Instacart orders at this point that, I'll never get out of the cancellation rate. I'm at 6% now. 4.96 rating, which is, subject to change as I exhale here because that's how it goes. I've been noticing a lot more DoorDash grocery pickups, though. I know that they can do the grocery shopping on their own, but DoorDash is definitely giving Point Pickup a run for their money in the picking up of the groceries. And so, anyway, it's a very competitive market. I don't know how people make a living with it. It seems sparse. If you're supplementing something that you've already got, then I can see how it would work out and you've got your extra money to do with what you need. But scrambling to make, enough money as a full-time gig, it just doesn't seem that easy. As I've said, I gave up my Ford Edge, which was my Uber rideshare, with the people thing. Now I got a Volvo, and I've still got the Camry, which I think I'm going to sell. That has been great for the Instacart gig work because it's a workhorse, and I just dumped quite a few $100s into it for the $100,000 checkups and maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So she's a hardy little thing, and great for grocery shopping because I've got my thermal bags, I've got my workstation in the passenger seat, and it's been a great thing for me to do. So when it comes to products, it's like hide and seek. I have never, here I am working 40 hours a week in the grocery store, and I still can't find items. This lady had just a regular, I think it's 16.3, 16.9 Skippy creamy peanut butter, standard, right? I mean, who doesn't have a couple of those jars in their house? I don't because I like Teddy's, or almond or cashew butter. But, I could not find it. And then lo and behold, there it is. It's not even an end cap. It's like this row of like things on special that like you don't even notice as you walk through the store in the particular store that I work at. And it's like, why wouldn't they stock the regular shelf with the creamy as well as this shelf? Because I was putting out of stock, right? Because it's not there, it just the reduced fat and the super chunky and et cetera, et cetera. And then there it is in this baking section setup. It's like crazy. Now it's not even an end cap because I always check the end caps, especially for things like on sale coffee and other items. The Passover items were there, kosher items were there in one of the end caps. So when you get this Kadim grape juice, and it's like, where is that? There's kind of this end cap of all the kosher products that you might need on your order. So it's always interesting. And then the same thing with freezer items and cold cut or bacon packages of Hillshire, cut meats and things like that. They're in places where it's like, well, I'd never looked there for those things, but there they are. And ice cream's another end cap thing where they put a lot of things there. So it's a very interesting, between the lousy batches. And if you accept those lousy batches, I wish you didn't. I wish you had an alternative income. I'm not telling you not to take them. I'm just saying that it tells Instacart that there are fools. I don't mean to call you a fool. I mean, there are people that will take these low-paying batches just to be busy. I'm one of them. In the morning when I, have a day off from the store, I'm ready. I'm ready at 5 a.m. because that's how it is. I don't know if it's because I'm older or I'm just one of those worker type people that every day I'm suited up and ready to go. I've just completed I don't know, 18, 19 days without a day off at the store. So my body is just used to being in action from like 5:30 on. And so when that stupid little dumb order comes from Instacart on my day off from the store, I'm going to do it just because I'm that racehorse. I'm in my stall and I just want them to lift that gate so I can just get out there with my blinders on and do my Instacart shopping. That's just how I roll. And probably a lot of you are the same because you're gig workers, and gig workers have to create their own, you know, income stream, right? We have more motivation than most to do it. Sometimes, you can tell certain people that maybe you've worked with over the years that just show up to get the paycheck, and they're pretty much paid because they just show up, and they punch in on or around the time they're due. And so, those people, I can't identify with them. I'm one of those that I am ready. I want to work. I love to work. A job well done makes me feel good. There's pride in it. And I know that a lot of you gig workers must be the same because we keep doing it. And that's how we like to operate. And we can use our personality and our skill set to like up our tip or just keep them, just get good gig work and keep our rating high. I don't know. I mean, seems to have nothing to do with the skill set and what we put into our jobs because, at Instacart, the customer always wins and they never scam the system. Just so you know that right out of the gate. So I didn't mean to call you fools for taking the low batches. I just didn't want to get hammered for that because I do the same. I've done the same. And it's just, those of us that just want something to do. And there's nothing over here with DoorDash. There's nothing over here with Uber Eats. I don't have Corner Shop. I don't have, some of the other options that some people have with all the different shopping and grocery apps. But, it just, I'm sorry that it sends Instacart the message that, yeah, we're out here and we'll do it again because that's not what we want. We want, you know, decent pay. Forget good or great. We want decent pay for what we do. Right? Anyway, I'm in the same boat as you guys. This has been Sarah, Gig Girl, Pearls of Wisdom, and I will see you here the next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you in the community. Bye-bye for now.